The Best of Our Knowledge explores topics on learning, education, and research. On today's episode, students are back on campus, and for first-year students, one of the most daunting tasks of settling into college life is moving everything into the dorm. We'll attend a campus move-in day. And we'll monitor for Monarch butterflies. I'm Lucas Willard, host of The Best of Our Knowledge. You're listening to The Best of Our Knowledge. I'm Lucas Willard. It's now mid-September, and freshman students are settling into college life. Just weeks ago, first-year students made their way, pillows and box fans in hand, to their new homes away from home on college campuses across the country. At Siena College in Loudonville, New York, close to 1,000 first-year students moved into the place they may stay the next 4 years. And the Best of Our Knowledge's Jody Cowan was on hand to find out what they can't live without.
On the last day of August, students and their families were met with helping hands, tables of welcoming student life information, and complimentary snacks from local businesses. A diverse freshman class from all backgrounds came together to collectively claim bunks and name-label milk jugs. Taking a position between two dormitories, students filed in between trips to the family car.
Marley Guinan. I'm from New Paltz, New York. Just got here. Everyone took my stuff into the room and helped me out. So it took like 20 minutes. Wasn't bad.
What are some of the essentials that you brought with you?
I'd say like all the clothes, bed sheets, towels, all that.
Yeah. Kayla Sullivan. I'm coming from Rockland County. I'm studying nursing.
What's in your survival pack? What are your must-need essentials that you brought with you to campus this year?
My iPad, my makeup, all my clothes, a lot of clothes. You know, my blankets, those kind of stuff.
My name is Donovan Dubois, and I'm coming from Pittsfield, Mass. I'm studying journalism. I knew I had to have like the mattress pad and stuff to keep me busy because I knew it was going to be like a big adjustment.
Sam Falace, I'm from Colony, New York, and I'm studying communications.
All right, not too far of a jump from Colony.
No, only like 20 minutes.
So what did you pack, knowing you're only going to be 20 minutes away?
Just the normal clothes, got a refrigerator for sure, definitely need that. Definitely a toothbrush, shampoo, definitely a lot of clothes because I don't want to be the guy that wears the same stuff every day, but definitely that. TV. I think TV is definitely a must because you're going to get bored at some point.
My name is Michael from Brooklyn, and I'm studying biology. Soap, laundry detergent, stuff like that. Make sure you stay clean, hygienic, stuff like that, yeah.
I'm sure the roommates appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's the heaviest thing you brought with you?
What is the heaviest thing? Probably the container that holds all my pants. Yeah, that was pretty heavy. Oh yeah, my Xbox too, probably that.
Emma Brew, I'm from Kinderhook, and I'm going into the pre-law program in psych.
I think we got you rolling on the sidewalk here, bringing your stuff in here. Anything you think that you forgot?
Yeah, I forgot my toothbrush at home, actually.
I see Mom's here with you helping out. Mom, anything that you suggested that you know she didn't pack she's going to be missing out on?
No, she was good. She went with what I said.
Loaded with armfuls of tightly packed luggage, moms, dads, and younger siblings lent a hand, as did some seasoned veterans of move-in day. Wearing green and yellow Siena College t-shirts, the energetic group bounced from car to car, assisting with the heaviest items and easing the woes of those looking overwhelmed.
Yeah, my name is Sela Scarangella. I'm a junior and I'm a marketing communications major. Ooh, must need essentials. Definitely a fan. Definitely. Although upstate New York gets cold pretty fast, the first week is very hot in the freshman dorm. So a fan, a lamp, some shower shoes are always good.
Patrick Arcel. I'm a business and poli-sci double major.
What's the heaviest thing you've had to lug in so far today?
Fridges, about 10 fridges.
Quite a few refrigerators right up the stairs, yeah. So we like the people on the lower floors the best.
My name's Audrey Schultz. I'm a senior here, and I'm a communications journalism major with a rank communications minor. It's in true Saint spirit that we're all hands-on welcoming the new first years in on campus and just, smiles on our faces, energy and enthusiasm pumping all day.
My name's Lily Cronow. I'm a senior and I'm a health science major.
Hi, I'm Angeline Jacob. I'm also a senior and I'm a bio major.
What's the morning been like so far?
It has been a lot of steps. My Apple Watch is logging a lot of exercise for me, but it's been good. It's been a lot of energy.
What's maybe the most overbrought, not needed thing?
I probably like too many clothes. I feel like people bring way too many and you honestly wear like the same Siena t-shirt all the time.
When you see roommates bring in like 2 fridges or 2 microwaves because they didn't talk about it beforehand.
Father Robert Sandos is the Assistant Director of the Academic Success Center and has been on staff in Siena since 2020. Sandos praised the returning saints for their help in welcoming the influx of freshmen and suggested a few must-have essentials of his own.
They absolutely have to have some kind of calendar by which they organize their life, so they're ready for classes, they're ready for study time, they're ready for activities that they want to be involved in. They also have to make sure that they have a good sense of connectedness with other students, because Siena is known for its community, and that we all are a part of this learning process together, and so they need to have that kind of network of friends and associates, of peers that they can relate with.
Perhaps no one on campus is more prepared for the day than 20-year Siena staff member and current director of admissions, Katie Zalda. Away from her office and out in the mix on campus, Zalda fields questions from new students and parents about when eating happens and where on campus the classes are. She also knows a thing or two about packing essentials.
It's crazy. I could write a book alone on just the fun things that we've seen being moved in, right? But the essentials, obviously you got to have some of your favorite bedding, comfort, right? To snuggle up with, you got to have the shower shoes. You got to have the shower caddy, the big stuff, the pictures of the home, the family, the friends, all the things that are going to make your room comfortable.
Yeah. What are some of the unnecessary things that we see loaded in anyway?
People bring their whole closets. Not needed, right? Start season by season. It's upstate New York, so start with some of the traditional fall gear. You can keep the winter coats and boots until later when you go home for Christmas.
In addition to packing reasonably and seasonally light, Zalda suggests leaving closet space for all the new collegiate gear sure to pile up.
Merch is everywhere. Every event they go to, anywhere they go, they're going to get a lot of Siena swag, from, the T-shirts to the hoodies to the water bottles. We have an amazing bookstore, but that merch is going to accumulate quickly.
Reporting from Siena College for the best of our knowledge, I'm Jody Cowan.
What could you not live without during your first year away from home? In addition to clothes, toiletries, and the rest of it, I'm pretty sure I rolled into campus with a collection of books, a guitar, and at least 2 video game consoles. Thanks for the help, Mom and Dad. You're listening to The Best of Our Knowledge. This is The Best of Our Knowledge. I'm Lucas Willard. Founded in 2015 at Guilford College in North Carolina, Every Campus a Refuge, or ECAR, is a higher education initiative with a mission to make every college and university in the U.S. a so-called resettlement campus. ECAR campuses partner with local refugee agencies to host refugees and immigrants on campus grounds and support integration into American society. In upstate New York's capital region, Hudson Valley Community College is now the first institution in the public State University of New York system to partner with ECAR, and recently received a $25,000 grant to support refugees in the region. HVCC, located in Troy, is partnering with nearby private institution Russell Sage College. While Russell Sage is offering temporary on-campus housing for refugees, Hudson Valley will provide classes and services, including English as a second language instruction, high school and career prep courses, healthcare and employment navigation, and other services. To learn more, I spoke with Hudson Valley Community College President Dr. Roger Ramsamy, who says HVCC has been working to support refugees and immigrants in the area for years.
It all began since coming on board in 2018. Because for myself, in my history and my past work, that I have worked as a provost in Manassas, Virginia, it was one of the high priorities that I had there as a provost of my campus, pushing the whole idea. There's lots of refugees that were coming in, and we had broad initiatives to really work and support the families. Most of them Latinos that had very young kids, sometimes 2-3 years old, babies and so forth. So that initiative with me began many years back. Coming into Hudson Valley, it was just a continuation. One of the first things we did was we created a faith-based leadership on our campus that drew 185 leaders on our campus. And immediately following that, the very next thing that we did was began working with refugee leaders from around the region. And so joined both forces together. In fact, if I remember the summit, we had 144 leaders of the refugee communities on our campus that worked together with our faith-based leadership to drive the initiative, to support everyone coming on board. You look at the fundamentals. A lot of these kids and families that are coming in, they're very well educated already. A lot of them have skills in areas that are very unique to them and can broadly support our region and helping our region grow. The question is, some of them, they just need maybe English as a second language. And that is our job. Our job is, as an education institution, is to support these communities, no labels to support. That's why we are called Hudson Valley Community College. Our job is to service the entire community. We are gauged to focus the entire capital region, and that's what we do. So with refugees being coming into our region, we needed to make sure and have a special outreach to support them and give them the opportunity to go out and become good citizens of our state.
So, as you just mentioned, right now we're at a time where migrants are being sent up from New York City to communities in the capital region. Has HVCC, and also working with Russell Sage, has that outreach begun? Has there been conversations with new arrivals to get them services and start getting them into classes?
Well, this is the beauty about it. It's been going on for 4 years. Nothing is new. The fund that we got just helps us to do a little bit more. That's all it does. As I said to you before, what's our job? Our job is to educate. We've been working with several minority organizations to help support this whole initiative. We have worked with the Latino chambers. We have worked with the Latino organizations. We are now working with the Asian organizations, and all together with the college. That's the driving initiative, to help find individuals who need our support. And in those individuals included are the refugees. So they are part of a whole when we go out there to provide that kind of a support. So yes, with Russell Sage, while Russell Sage is focused on housing, our focus is on educating. What can we do to help provide the education that's necessary? So while Russell Sage work on getting housing wherever, Hudson Valley has a much more broader region to work with, which means we have the entire capital region and sometimes even a longer reach to help reach out to those communities and said, what do you need? And so we are not just working within our county, we are reaching far out into the even homes of individuals, into the churches, where we don't mind using churches in Albany, Saratoga, to help educate if we had to bring folks in and help them. We're also working on plans to reach into the direct community and bring our faculty in there if necessary to provide education.
How many individuals or refugees that have been resettled into the area here has HVCC over the years helped support? And then with this new $25,000 grant, how much more of an outreach does that allow the college to have?
Well, for one thing, I know that we had about 3 sections last year in which our classes were sold out, and mostly of refugees. I can't give numbers because those classes are pretty small classes. So if you say 22, that's about 66 students or 66 families. You can almost say that we were working with just last year. How much does it support? They're 1 credit classes, so the funding that we can get for $25,000 can help quite a great deal of families, hundreds of families for that matter, because a 1 credit in ESL is not that much for someone to come and participate in. So we can reach quite a great deal of numbers. So that money is very useful at this moment in providing even more support to that community.
In addition to faculty and educators, are there volunteers who are also coordinating in this effort?
Well, every faith-based and refugee leader that we work with, basically from organizations that are funded already. So for them, the funding is there. All they're doing is working more in a cohort with the college to help, a broader outreach. So yes, and for the college offers a lot of these services, again, funded by outside other organizations. Let me give you an example. When we work with the Hispanic institutions, they already had classes that they were running. Well, if joining forces with us, if we were running a section that had other folks who are non-refugees, who were utilizing our service, and we had 6 students, it would be the same cost to run the program. So adding on 14 more, which the class can hold, doesn't change the dynamics for us. And happily, we can do that for some of these other organizations, is to bring them in, saving them the cost on running a section that has 14 and bringing those individuals onto our campus. So in many ways, there's a benefit between a symbiotic relationship that's happening between all the communities, where we all can work together, helping each other out and making sure that nobody wastes a dollar, but able to use the extra dollars to reach even more people in our regions.
Earlier, I mentioned the migrants that were sent, the asylum-seeking migrants that were sent into the capital region from the New York City area. School districts around here in Schenectady County and Albany County are receiving students right now. Has HVCC had any communication with those districts to coordinate ESL classes or prepare students for potentially entering HVCC in the future?
Well, I think your question is directing to one new group, but what I'm saying to you is that it's been part of a whole for us. Because we've been doing this for so long, any new person who's coming in falls into that larger group of individuals who we've been helping. So to say that I have a number of how much new ones are added on, I don't have a number for you. All I know is that because of what we're doing, it's much larger than most other institutions are working on right now. So you find we are very much an attractive site to help others. So you find people will fall in and may just be part of that whole. There's no special count that I can give you for them.
Now, about this partnership with Russell Sage, is that kind of unusual for a community college, a public community college in the state system, to be working and coordinating so closely with a small private college?
Well, there you go again. So, the beauty about that, we are the first SUNY school to jump in and try to help. But as I said to you, because it's been 4 years ago we started this, and because it's part of my genetics to help others who need help, that's the human part to all of us. I believe that what we're doing, working with Russell Sage is taking care of the housing part, which we are not able to. We don't have that kind of a facility to help in that area. But we definitely have the other part, the two pieces that make this work. For any refugee coming in, ask them, what do they need? The two things would be, number one, housing. They're getting that from Russell Sage. Number two, education. They're getting that from us. And here's what's beautiful. When they finish, they're able to go out and become good citizens of our community by supporting our tax base, by getting support for child services, and all the things that they can pay for by having a good job.
And I think you just hit on that. I believe that there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of political conversations that happen about refugees without their voices being heard. Do you think there are a lot of misconceptions about refugees and the individuals who are receiving this education? And how do you think this helps everyone in the capital region?
So I'm not good on the political side because I don't really follow how, when it comes to education, there's certain things I don't think that should ever mix with education, the politics or religion. When it comes to education, everybody needs education in order to survive or in order to do or become functional parts of our society. If you notice that in upstate New York, we're very progressive, and to be here and to become part of our community, you do have to get upskilled, and to do that, you definitely need us for that. So we don't have those pieces where we look at what politics is doing, or we don't look at what is happening on the religious side. Everyone is treated equally. And as I said to you earlier on, it's the human thing to do, to support others. Listen, when I came to this country, one of the things is I didn't come in as a refugee, but I did come in with needing help. I lived in shelters when I first came because I was lost. I was misplaced in terms of my beliefs of coming in here and going straight to school. Everything didn't work out the way it was supposed to be, and I had to live in shelters. Wasn't it that the United States government helped create this idea of having shelters? Wasn't it that the shelters that are saving many of us lives? And where am I today? I'm the president of one of the leading organizations in this region, and had it not been for the good nature of those folks who provided the meals for me or bed to sleep in, I wouldn't be able to be sitting here before you. Does it not say that the good nature of human being and the good nature of a human soul to take care of others, because we are here, we're short-lived, to do the best that you can to make sure that others have the best life that you can provide for them? I mean, everybody needs opportunities. You and I didn't get to where we are unless somebody held our hands and pulled us forward. So we are here. Hudson Valley would always be the one that's reaching out. And we don't wait for you to come and ask for help. We are going out and asking you, what can we do to make your life better?
Dr. Roger Ramsamy is president of Hudson Valley Community College in Troy, New York. HVCC is partnering with nearby Russell Sage College to support immigrants and refugees through a grant from the Every Campus of Refuge initiative. You're listening to The Best of Our Knowledge. I'm Lucas Willard. This is The Best of Our Knowledge. I'm Lucas Willard. Known for its beautiful orange and black wings, the monarch butterfly may be one of the most recognizable lepidopterans. They're also known for their fantastic migration, with adults overwintering in central Mexico. In the spring and summer months, monarch butterflies spend their time in northern states and southern Canada. The yellow, white, and black striped caterpillars are born from eggs on milkweed, where they will spend their days as larvae and pupate into adulthood before beginning their southern migration in the fall. Every year, thousands of community scientists are involved in monarch butterfly monitoring efforts, searching for caterpillars and tiny round monarch eggs on milkweed plants. Earlier this summer, I traveled to the Five Rivers Environmental Education Center in Del Mar, New York, to learn more, where I met with AmeriCorps interns and environmental educators Andrea Malakaman and Helen Fisher. In this interview, on a sunny August day in a field surrounded by milkweed, Helen speaks first.
So this is our monarch monitoring site. It's essentially a patch of wild plants, and within those wild plants is milkweed, which is the important key one for monarch monitoring. That is the host site for monarch larvae from their egg stage through their caterpillar stages. So we come out here with a group of volunteers and essentially walk through this small field and check every single monarch plant that we come across. Right over here. So when we come out with our group of volunteers, we line up on the edge of this field and we each throw a pencil into the air. And the way it lands, the direction it is facing, is the way you walk through the field, which creates kind of a random transect for each volunteer so that we are randomly monitoring these plants. And then we can walk through. And every milkweed plant that is within your arm's distance on your line is one that you look at. So the milkweed plant is fairly obvious in this field. It's a tall plant that the leaves kind of come out opposite of each other. So two come out opposite of each other, then they rotate 90 degrees and two more come out. And when you're monitoring the plant, you flip over every single leaf and you look at it carefully. And what you're looking for is an egg or a caterpillar.
Now, how small are the actual eggs? They have to be tiny.
They are really small. They're about the size of a pinpoint. So they're just a tiny little dot, and they can be usually on the bottom of a leaf, but they could be on the top of the leaf as well. So you really kind of have to go slow and just get a gentle look under each and every leaf.
I don't see any on this one.
I don't see any on this one either. Most of the plants we look at do not have eggs or caterpillars on them. So it's kind of a guessing game. You take your time with it and really look at it and don't get distracted.
What time of year is typically most active for monarch caterpillars in the Northeast?
That's a great question. It's midsummer, so they will be up here until the milkweed dies, essentially, and then that's when they start moving south. So we will monitor this section until the milkweed is gone. They could be here at any time. We're kind of in the height of their numbers right now in this early August, late July in this area. What's difficult is that this milkweed, it gets its name from its sap, which looks like milk, and it's white and it'll leak out of the leaves sometimes, and that can trick you, and you might think it's an egg at first. Then it's not.
Now, while we're searching, I'm just noticing all of the other insects and sounds here. I saw some honeybees flying around, I think, and some bumblebees as well.
Yes. Yeah, this is, again, all plants that can be used. It's kind of a pollinator garden, essentially, a natural pollinator garden. So there's lots of animals that use these plants. There's lots of other animals that use milkweed too. So as we're monitoring, you'll come across different beetles, flies, spiders. It's a new thing every day. All right. Oh, here's a frog. Right here.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's so small.
Yeah. It is, yeah, they're tiny.
What kind of frog is that?
This is a gray tree frog.
He blends in perfectly with the leaf.
They do, yeah, and they'll hop from leaf to leaf.
Why is it so important to actually have a count and actually keep track of these caterpillars?
Yeah. Andrea, do you want to?
Yeah. So in the 1990s, some conservationists and scientists found that the monarch population was declining, and the Monarch Larva Monitoring Project, MLMP, started collecting data and gathering volunteers to look at various sites throughout the United States to get better idea of the monarch populations. And it's really great to see volunteers come out here and donate their time to look for eggs, caterpillars, and even see some adult monarchs, because it helps researchers understand the population variation throughout these years. Yeah.
I don't know if this is one or not. Okay.
Oh, we think we might see one.
If you think it is, it probably is. Where, right there? Yeah. No, it's not. Dang.
Oh, so close.
The milkweed's not really hard.
Not every time's going to be a winner, right?
Yeah. No, it's not. And it's just kind of part of what this field of science has to deal with, is you can't control what the animals are doing out there, and you also can't look at every single plant and every single leaf. There's just not enough time. So you just kind of have to accept that some weeks you'll see nothing and some weeks you'll see everything.
Andrea Malakaman and Helen Fisher are AmeriCorps interns and environmental educators at the Five Rivers Environmental Education Center in Del Mar, New York. This is The Best of Our Knowledge. I'm Lucas Willard. This has been The Best of Our Knowledge, episode 1721. The Best of Our Knowledge is a national production of WAMC, Northeast Public Radio. Thanks to associate producer Jody Cowan. The latest on all National Productions programs is available via the Airwaves newsletter and our flagship station's website, WAMC.org. Until next time, I'm Lucas Willard.